To Makeover Monday, week 37, I believe. Watch Me Viz. My name is Andy Kriebel, and I am your host today. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I got caught up in a meeting, but hopefully you forgive me for that. So this week, we are looking at a really important data set. There's a company called the Eviction Lab that records basically all evictions in the US. Now, if you look back from 2018 and beyond, it's very, very detailed. The data that we have for this week is only for 10 states and 34 cities, I believe, because that's the only information they've been able to collect so far. A lot of the cities just don't share that type of information. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Sorry, I'm just a bit frazzled here for the second. 1 second. Let me just move that here. Okay. And if you have any questions along the way, please feel free to leave them in the chat. And I should be able to see the chat here. Yeah, so if you could pop a message, if somebody could pop a message in the chat, that would be great. So then I know that you can see what's going on here. And I will pull it up in LinkedIn as well. Just bear with me for just a second. And I need to go to my, oh, there we go. So let's click the join live. And I should be able to see your comments. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so if somebody on LinkedIn could leave a comment as well, that would be appreciated so that I can see how things are going on over there as well. Okay, and let me move this over here. Okay, so Jen, Ola, yeah, thank you. I can see your messages, so thank you for confirming that for me. And let me just shrink up the screen here. I'm just trying to make it so I can see both screens at the same time. But I just messed things up. Okay, so let me share my screen now. So share screen. And let me go to a new tab. Window. Okay, there we go. Nope, wrong screen. Entire screen. There we go. Okay. Oh, I can see both LinkedIn chats and YouTube chats now. Oh, that didn't used to be the case. So Zainab, let me see if I can see that chat. All right. So let me see who's on LinkedIn or on Andre. Let me see if I can see Andre's chat here. I can. Excellent. Great. So now I can close that window. That's even better. I used to only be able to see just the LinkedIn. I used to only be able to see the YouTube chat in the streaming software I use, but now I can see both, which is even better. So let me go ahead and share my screen, pop myself in the bottom right corner, and everything should be okay on the screen. If it's not, leave a comment, but everything should be okay. So let me go to the Makeover Monday website, and let me hide that message. And I'm going to scroll down to the data set. So here's Eviction Lab. So I'm going to open up these couple of tabs here. So let's open up the data as well. Yeah, so this is the data that we're going to be looking at this week. So you see we've got, 10 states and 34 cities. So you can click on one of these and it takes you down to a visualization of that data. So that's good. If you go back to the homepage for the Eviction Lab, you'll see kind of the original visualization. So if I go to this one here, yeah. So this is the data going back to 2018. So it goes from 2000 to 2018. But I wanted to use more recent data, so you can see it's a lot more dense. Yeah, and then you can go to more data. But anyway, that's not the data that we have. But this will give me maybe some ideas on information that we could potentially look at. So if I look at the data itself, as far as the chart itself, I actually really like it. So let me pull it up again. I think it's super easy to understand. It's a map. Everybody knows what a map is. It's the nice curved map of the US as well. It's not the flat one. So the states that, so I'm not quite sure what the color means here. It doesn't necessarily say what the colors mean. And the dots just mean cities where there's data. So it doesn't really tell us anything unless we click on a state or a city. So again, we're in the same same data here. So if I click on New Mexico, what does it look like? Right. So then they can just track the findings across the months. and then we can see the county level, etc. So, but we have all of that data. So, so get the data for every city. Okay, so I think we're good to go there. I just like bringing up these other metrics sometimes because it helps me get an idea on the types of data that we can work with. Elaine, hello, nice to see you. Hardik, nice to see you. Rolly, Jen, the color just identifies those include. See, Jen, I don't think the color actually denotes those that are included in the data set because we have data for, let's see. So Arizona, so we have data for New Mexico. So we have data for a city in Arizona, but I guess maybe not the whole. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. So we don't have data for the whole state of Arizona, but we have it for Phoenix. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, anyway. So if we pop over to the data set itself, we have the city, so the GeoID and the type go together. Now that doesn't mean anything to Tableau, so that's not very useful. We've got the racial majority, etc. So I'm going to actually I'm going to see if I can find a map that has the US Census Tract. So I'm going to go to Tableau mapping. I think it's this link here. Custom maps archive. Okay, so we want to look at, so here's the state level map for the okay, so here we go. So we've got census tract here, so that's good. Now, let me see, boundary. Okay, so maybe I need to go to that. And let's see what we have here. Cartographic boundary files. Okay, that sounds like some fancy words, doesn't it? So geography, American Indian tribes, tribal census block groups. I think that's what we are looking for. So let's download that. And then state, oh no, wait, we want, is it a census tract? Actually, we want, oh, census tract. Okay, so I didn't want that. I wanted the census tract. So national shapefile, 5 million. I don't know what the difference is there. Probably the bigger one, I guess. So there's that. And then there was so county divisions, places, regions. There should be a state level map as well. Oh, so states shapefile. I don't know what these mean. These numbers, 500, 5 million. That's just the US outline. What do these mean? Okay, I think I'll just pick one. I'll pick the 5 million again. I don't really know what this means. So if anybody does, that would be fabulous. Okay, so I need to unzip both of those. Okay, so let's go to downloads. So we don't want that one. Okay, and both of these should now contain shapefiles. Okay, so this is, let's see, what do they call it? Oh, I lost my spot here. Okay, I'm going to need to give this a name. So let's call this US states, and what is it called? A cartographic. And then, so US census tracts. Okay, so I'm just going to save both of these into my folder where I have my data. Data sources. Oh, 1 second. Somebody's ringing the phone downstairs. Okay, false alarm. Okay, so let me just move these into this folder. And I'm going to just connect to these in Tableau first so I can see what they look like to make sure it's actually what I need. And then I'll join to the actual, and then I'll join data Okay, so let me try the census tracts. Hello, Jamie from Uruguay. Hardik, I tried using rotate label, but that's not working. Is there any way to change vertical name? Hardik, I don't know what your questions have to do with this live stream. So if you could explain better how it relates to this, that would be great. So Joshua, yes, download the data. You want to always come up with your own visualization. That's definitely the way to do it. Okay, so let's go here and let's just look at this here. So this should be our census tracts. Okay, so that's good. So, and then we have the GeoID. Great. Okay, so that one's good. And let me now connect to the other spatial file. And again, I'm doing this just so I, oops, wrong folder, I think. Yeah, my drive. What happened to my folder here? Okay, lost my folder. What the heck? Let's see, so US states cartographic. Okay. Again, I'm just doing this to make sure that it's the data that I actually want to use, or the maps that I want to use. So that's US states. And this still doesn't give us the curved view, so it's actually not what I'm looking for. Okay. So I kind of wanted that curved view of the US. So right. So let me go. Oh, I was already there. So why does this not have the curved? That's the subbarrios. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. It's too much work. Okay, so let me go to Tableau, and I'm going to edit this data source, and I'm going to add in my other data source. So let's go to more. I'm going to add in the data from this week's data set. 2023, let's sort by date. What is going on here? Where are my data sources? What the heck? Something's going on with my data here. Monthly evictions by location. See, why isn't this showing up? Okay, let me try again. Makeover Monday data 2023. Monthly. Oh, here we go. Wasn't sorting it though. That's what's strange. Okay, so we want to bring in this file here. And ideally, we can join this on the GeoID. So there should be a, so I need to change the data type in one of these. Because the GeoID is ABC here, but it's not here. Okay, so I need to change this, make it a string, and then it's GeoID. Yeah. Okay, so that looks okay. And then here I want to, my relationship should be many to many. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so let's see if that still works. So let's go to our census tracts, click on that. Okay, that still looks good. And then I want to put the number of filings onto maybe color. Let's see if that gives us anything. Oh, I need to put the census, the geo ID onto detail. Okay, So I'm going to need to kind of zoom in here because we know we have some here. Let's see. And let me get rid of let me just make it circles. Oh boy. That may have been a bad idea. So we got a 7. Okay, so something's going on. Oh, I still need to put no, GeoID is fine. Something's wrong with the map. What is going on here? So let's put, I think I might need to split but I've got GeoID, so that should be fine. Okay, so let me, okay, so did that kind of look like the same map we had over here in the original? Yeah, so we got all of the East Coast. Okay, so that looks okay, I guess. Let's get rid of that. Go away. Go away. All right. But I don't know if that's really telling me much. So let's put okay, so our city field, if we look at the data here, where is it? Can I look at the data? Nope. If I look at my evictions data, you see my city and state are combined there, which I don't want. So I want them split apart. So I'm going to right click on city and choose transform and then split. And that's going to split out the city and the state. So let's rename this one as city. Can't reuse the same name. And then rename this one as state. And I need to make sure I change the geographic role for state to be state instead of city. So it inherited city because that was the original source of the geographic location. So Hardik, it's impossible for me to know what the scenario was that you had in your office. Sorry. Okay, so let's now maybe look at it by, let's try state first. And then I get unknown here because my default country is the UK. So let me switch that to USA. And I have one unrecognized, which is fine. And let's make this a filled map. And let's put the filings on color. So this should look similar to what we have here, right? Okay, so with, oh, I see what they're doing here. So they don't have, because I've split the data up, I'm now, okay, that's fine. And then if I want to put city level, I could add that as a mark layer. And then I want to put state on there as well. And I could put maybe the filings on size, something like that, right? So that gives us both things in one view. And then maybe I put state as another map layer. And let's make this a filled map. And just move that to detail. And let's put this as the bottom map. Okay, so now I still get the outline of the rest of the US states. I want to filter out some of the states. So let's filter out. So let's exclude those. And then I think Puerto Rico is probably here as well. Yep. So exclude. And what am I missing here? Did I miss Hawaii? Oh, down here. American Samoa. Okay, so there we go. So now what I can do is I can, in my background layers, I can get rid of the background. And then I could maybe make the states like a light colored like that, you know, so it's kind of, they're sort of there. but not too distracting. Okay, maybe it'll make it a lighter gray. So now this shows us the states and the cities. So that kind of gives us a similar view to this. So let's look at maybe a time series of this. So we have the last updated. And let's look at it by continuous months. Okay, and this doesn't look right. Because I think there is, so 2 million, oh, maybe it is right. Let's see, let me go back here. So 1 million over the last 12 months, 86,450 over the last month. I think things are double counting here. So something's wrong with the join. Okay, let's edit the data source. Should this be a many to one? No, because this should be a many to many, but that should be, yeah, maybe that's it. No, that didn't help either. So something's wrong with the data. So I'm going to bring the data set itself in and just double check that it's working right. Okay, so let me go here and let's see. Okay. But that's just, oh, I see. I'm using the wrong field. That's what it is. So let me close that. So if I go back to that's dumb. If I go back to the data source, you'll see the month field is like this. So I was using this last updated column, which doesn't mean anything. That's just when the data was last updated. Okay. So if I go back here, I'm going to actually hide this field so I don't use it by accident. Oh, it's not going to let me hide it. Okay, that's fine. But I'm going to change this one to a date. So now if I bring the month in, this should be better. And I bring in the number of filings. There we go. So that's better. Okay, so we've got data through August, January 2020. So this must be when they were throwing people out because of COVID. Right. Actually, no. This is probably when they stopped throwing people out because of COVID. Right. And then it's climbed back up. And what does this average mean? Filings average. I'm not quite sure what that means. Let's go back over to the website. Right. So what does this mean? Filings versus average. Filings relative to the pre-pandemic average for the same month. Sites with incomplete data are excluded in this view. Okay. So I think what that means is I think we want to do that. 8.2, but the numbers don't make sense. Filings average. Filings are display relative to the pre-pandemic for the same set of months. You could toggle the display. So that's filing counts. So the average filings for December 2020. So what I don't understand is let's look at December 2022. Maybe I need to make it a sum. Let me check that. December 2022 is 66,911. 9649. Okay. So we supposed to be combine them like that. So that's the pre-pandemic average. So do the Decembers look the same? So August. Let's see, so 79. Okay, so these months are the same as you go. Okay, yep, so all the Augusts are the same. Okay, so that's good. All right, so let me get rid of the filings average, and I need to reset the default for this back to a sum. Okay, so what we want to look at then is the difference between the filings and the pre-pandemic average. So let's say difference to average. I'm going to say filings minus that. I don't need to aggregate them. And if we look at, so let's go back here, filings. So that's just months. Okay, so let's do, okay, let's get rid of that. We could probably get rid of the nulls. And let's look at the difference to the average and make this a bar. Make it a bar. Come on. Yeah, so everything was below the average. Oh, do I have this backwards? I'm going to do the average. This is the filings. So March 57. Oh, okay, I want to look at it as a percentage. So I want to do sum of the filings. I need to make this a percentage according to their graph. Let's wrap that whole thing in brackets and divide by the sum of the filings average. Where'd it go here? Difference to average. Okay, so 0.093. Oh, and I need to add 1. So I did this backwards. Let's see. No. So it's 9%. Yeah, so they've actually added 1 to that value. And then this should look similar to what they did, right? So April doesn't look right. Oh, they don't have April in here. Let's take another October 2022. October 2022 is 0.913, 0.91. Yep, so that looks good. So then we could just put a constant line on here at 1. And I'm just kind of replicating what they're doing here. So our difference to average should be number format. Let's just do it as a percentage to no decimals. And then we could edit this. Let's make it say no label. Let's make it a dashed line. Maybe something like that. Now let's make it a dashed line. Raise that. Okay, so now we're getting something more like what they have. So we're able to replicate their view starting in September 2022. Where's September? August. Why do I not have September? July, August. I don't have September of 2022. Interesting, because the rest of these look okay. So January 2023. Well, let's look at October, 92%. October is 92. Yes, they're all pretty close. So something, I don't know why September is missing. It's quite strange. Yeah, so now we can see, well, September's missing in all of the months. Okay, so maybe it's something to do with the field itself. So let's change, I'm going to change it back to a string. And then I'm going to duplicate this field and make the copy a date. And what I'm going to try to do here is to see if Tableau is converting them properly. So month, year, April, August, February. So why am I getting a null here? September. That is strange. So these aren't converting properly for some reason. So that's why September's missing. So, okay, so let me try something else then. So I'm going to actually just split this field. And then we get both of these here. And then what I'm going to do in the split 2 is, so it splits, so integer. So that converts that to an integer, and then I want to add 2000. Okay, so that looks okay. So now I wonder if I can make a date from those. So let's do date. So I'll do make date, and year is going to be my month split 2. I probably should rename these. The month is the month split 1, and then comma 1. Oops. What do we got here? Oh, what a pain. Okay, I'm going to try to concatenate these back together and see what happens. Let's re-merged date. So let's do that. Plus 2020. Come on. And then this one needs to be a string. Okay, so let's try that. And now if I let me duplicate that field. All I'm trying to do is just get this to be a date, and it's not cooperating. Still get nulls. Okay, so none of that helped. You know what I think it is? I had heard that Tableau changed something so that when you try to do an abbreviated month, it does September as 4 letters instead of 3. So apparently some customer asked for that, and Tableau changed it instead of thanks for using. Oh, Juan Pablo, yeah, thanks for joining. So Juan Pablo Garnham from the Eviction Lab is on the live stream. So everybody say hi to Juan. Okay, I think this is the annoying situation that I've heard, that I've seen come up. What Tableau did, well, let's see if it works first. So I'm going to say if that is equal to SEP, then SEPT, else trim that. Let's run it again. I'm just going to try something here. So this would be our month split. And look at that. Okay. So, yep, this is, I read about this on Slack. Tableau now, for a 3-digit month, doesn't recognize September. So apparently some customer wanted September to be 4 letters, so Tableau changed it. Yeah. Okay, that's not great. Okay, so now I can delete this one. I can get rid of that. What field do I want? So month split 2. This is my year. And then month copy, I can delete. Month split. Okay, and I can delete that. And then I'm just going to change this to be a date. Okay, great. So now I can go over here, and I want to put this here. Get rid of that. There we go. That's better. Okay, that is very, very annoying. So let's, I'm just going to rename this as date. And let's drag this up here and see what it looks like by month. Okay, now we have data for September of 2023, but September 2023 is not complete yet. So I'm going to click on that mark and exclude, and then I'm going to apply this to all using the data source. That way, every sheet I go to now, that month will be taken out because it doesn't make sense to use a partial month. All right. So good. All right. Again, I'm just trying to, so far, I'm just trying to get a feel for the data. So this is not, yeah, we can get rid of this sheet because that's not right. The states, oh, what happened here? Month, date. Okay, so so I don't want that here. All right, so the map we might not be able to use. So what I could do is I could turn this back on. I just don't like it as much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to apply to only this sheet. And then now this should be okay. No, wrong map. Let's delete that. Right. Okay, where'd my other map go? There we go. So now I could put I can get rid of that. Oh, nice. Okay. And let's get rid of that again. Okay, so now we're back. Okay, so that looks okay. So now what I like about their map is it's a dark map. So they've got a, so I'm going to format this view, and it looks like it's some kind of navy-ish color in the background. So I really like their color palettes. So let's pick that color, which should be hopefully over here somewhere. That's ring offset. So how do I get the background color? So that's this one here, margin padding. I could pick the color, I guess, but I want to get it exactly right. That's I don't know what that means. Oh, maybe that's the background. That must be it. Okay, let's try this color. Go to more. Let's paste that color in. Paste. Yeah, so that's the background color they use. And then the map itself, so format the map. So why am I getting a white background for the map? Background layers. This shouldn't matter at all. Oh, something happened there. All right, and then I could format the map to get rid of the row and column dividers. Really love the colors of the map. That's why I'm trying to mimic them here. And then for the states, let's see if I can get the color for the states. So it's not that color. It would probably be easier for me to just pick it from the screen. So I think I'll just do that. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, so let me go to borders. I'm just going to fix this anyway, just in case. All right, is it okay? And then for these, I want to go to more colors. And I'm going to use this color blue. And the states are outlined in a lighter color blue. Okay, like that. Right. And then, so the issue we have now is that we are getting, because of the way Tableau aggregates data, we are getting, this looks like states, this looks like there's states that have records like Texas, there's 215, but they don't have 215 here. So maybe, so Juan Pablo, would you, is there any chance you could explain why Texas has no values here, but when I split the data out, I do get records. So I'm not quite sure what the purpose is behind that. There are no Septembers in your chart. Yep. Okay. So maybe we can get them to shed a bit of light on that. And then these, so the states, they're just yes or no. Do they have a color? So what I'm going to do for, let's see. So state here, I don't want to color it by findings, but I do want that on detail. I want this color to be like their color. They're kind of grayish blue. Doesn't look quite the same, but oh, it's because I'm doing opaque. Let's crank that up to 100%. Okay, there we go. And then the dots are this orangish color. So let's put a dot on here. Oops, not borders, more colors. Pick it. And let's just go here. All right. Now we're sizing them as well. So in theirs, it's not sized. It's just a dot where there's data. We could use a shape maybe instead. Let's see if I use a shape. Let's see if I have any shapes that might be interesting to use like they have here. Oh, actually what I could probably do is, so we've got the rings and then we could put maybe circles inside the rings. Let's see if we can do that. I'm going to try it. So let's make this circle. Nope. Undo. We want to make that like that. And then let me increase the size so we can see them a bit better. And then I'm going to put, so this is city, right? Okay, so let's put city on here again as another layer. And state as well. And then I could maybe color code those the same orange. And then also put filings on size. So if I change the size of this one, okay, so that changes the size of both of them, which I don't want. So I'm going to duplicate my findings field and put that on size because now Tableau will treat them as separate fields. Okay, so that's kind of like what they have, except theirs are all the same size. So I've chosen to just make them multiple sizes. I think that looks pretty neat. Okay, what are my 4 unknowns here? So unrecognized. Okay, yeah, that's just because I have some nulls. Right, so let's see if one had said anything more on here. States color, okay. Right, so that kind of gets us back to this original. Hopefully you're finding this useful, by the way. I'm enjoying trying to learn about this data set. And I do like this variance to the average, but I'm going to actually duplicate this and put, instead of the difference, I'm just going to put the filings on here instead. And then why do I have extra? Oh, that's because I need to remove the reference line. There we go. So we get something like that. I could put an average line on here as well if I wanted. Something like that. And maybe I color code these whether we are above or below the average. So let's create a new calculated field. So let's call this above average filings. And I'm going to say the sum of filings is greater than the window average of the sum of filings. So the reference line is the window average of the sum of filings. I'll show you what that means in just a second. So if I edit a reference line, you can turn any reference line into a table calculation. And you can do that by, let me annotate screen. What I can do is I could just put the word window before this. So I say, sorry, wrong spot. I put it, go away. So I could put the word here. So if I say window, so I could, you could do a window average of the sum of filings, and that will give you a reference line every single time. So if this happened to be, so if this was a maximum, I could say window maximum sum of filings, and that gives me the top mark. So that's how you can turn any reference line into a table calculation if you want to use it. Okay, so then I could take this new field and put it on color. And I'm going to edit these colors. So I'm going to use that same orange that I used last time, which I didn't. So let's pick that again. All right. It says we want that to be the color for above. Okay. And then we want the below. Let's make that maybe, let's make it maybe this color, the color we used before. And hit OK. And now we get something like that. So it's interesting. It almost shows COVID exactly. So that's kind of our above and below average. I'm going to format these now to make it just the single letter, first letter. And yeah, so I'll leave it like that for now. So I like that view. And then what I could do on this one, so this is the above or below. Yeah, I find this one a bit harder to understand. I could, let's edit the filter and let's say, no, top 12 month and no, wrong field. It's not letting me pick a month. Okay, cancel. All right, anyway, I was going to pick just the last 12 months here. But I think I like the full time frame a bit better. Okay, so let's now look at some of these other things. So they've got evictions over the last 12 months, but I want to look at the evictions for the whole time period. Or maybe I look at, what should we look at here? Okay. Joe, Mimi, Tate, parse, category above, then subcategory below, and then can I consolidate two columns, one? So Fahima, what does your question have to do with this live stream? I don't understand what your question has to do with this live stream. Right. So the only problem with this average is that it's going to it's being dragged down because of the pre-COVID, but that's okay. Maybe we point that out in the visualization. So that's that. That's the same as that, right? Okay. So I like that one. So let's color that one maybe red. Let's color this one red. And then let's maybe format the background to be that darker color. And let's make this one white. Untick the recalculate. And then let's get rid of the grid lines. Okay. Anyway, we could finish. Let's make all the text white. So that gives us the, and we can probably get rid of, I wonder if I just make this, let me make this that, get rid of that. I could leave it like that, or I could make the sizes manual and just drag them up as wide as they'll go. Nope, don't want to go quite that wide. Let me just try that. There we go, maybe something like that. And then my axis, I could start on, let's say, so we want to start this on Let's start December 2020. Invalid date. How is that an invalid date? Look at that. So how does that become an invalid date? Oh. Okay, so let's say 1201. Show times. Maybe that's it. Okay, and then this one we want to go to what, September, I believe. And I have show times unchecked and it's still showing me the times. Wow, that's not good. So 01/10/2023. And now it's not showing me the times. Okay. Oh, whatever. Okay, there we go. So I'm just trying to get it to look a bit better. I don't like that. Okay. So I'm just going to keep hitting undo until I get back to my month. Yeah, there we go, like that. That was a waste of time. But what I'm going to do is in my column divider, I'm going to remove my column dividers. So we could just do something like that. Although if I leave them on, maybe I could just make them really pale, like maybe something like that. Yeah, that's better. And then I don't need my row dividers, do I? No, and I don't need my 0 line. Okay, yeah, something like that. All right. What am I getting at here? And then, so I like that. Let's look at the total number of evictions. So let's just put that on text. So 2 million. So do we want to replicate? So what do you think? Should we look at just the last 12 months like they did and try to replicate their, I'm feeling like we should look at the last 12 months. Let's see. Tableau curved US map. That's not what I want. Alternative. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So it's county and state. Okay. So let's look at this. Choose your data, United States. Choose a projection. We want to do a Mercator. No, not a Mercator. We want to do a, what's it called? Albers. Okay, Albers projection. Or maybe Albers USA. What's the difference? Oh, neat. It brings the little. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to try this one instead. Sorry, I know I'm wasting time. Downloads. All right, so I should be able. So let me just copy that. Put it into my drive. Data sources. I'm going to try to replace this file here. So let's do edit data source. Edit connection. And let's go to my drive. Okay. And this is fine because what I could say here is we should have like name, I think. So let's see what this looks like. No, don't want to do that. And then we want that to join to, we want to do edit calculations. So we want this to be the right, the string is the city. Oh, wait, I could just use that. See if that works. Okay, so it's not name. State name, there we go. No, it's state abbreviation. What the heck? That's not going to work. That's not it. So this must not have the abbreviations in it. Okay, so I've just wasted even more time. That's all right. So let me just go back. All right. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to bring that data set in anyway, because I'm curious to see what it looks like. So let's go to data sources. So it's got, does it have, here we go. So I need to split off from ISO 31662 or name alternative. Right, name alternative, I could split off the first two. Okay, so let me go back here then. And then here we want to say we want to do left name. Where's my name alternative? Where'd it go? Okay, interesting. So let me go back here then. Let me edit this one. And then let's add the, oh boy, what a pain. Okay, there we go. So that should be okay now. And then what I could do is I could replace data source. So what did I break? State name, that's fine. So let me get rid of that. Something else is broken now. Oh, so this should just be, I think just name. Okay, but I need to edit it again because this is wrong. So down here I should have some records match. So I want to do many to many, all records match. Let's see if that does it now. What happened to my map now? Interesting. Oh, that's probably what it is. There we go. Yeah. All right. So I want to. Right. Okay. So that's what I did. So let's get rid of, exclude Alaska and exclude Hawaii. Okay. There we go. It's still not the curved map that I was hoping for, but oh, that's probably because this is not using my geometry field. So let's put that on detail. And then this one. Okay, there we go. Now, which one is orange here? Oh, these should be circles, that's why. Okay. And then here, so that's the shape. So this one is, what is this here? So that's the sum of filings. So this should be just that color. Right, so something's, I'm not getting two colors here for some reason. So I should be getting two colors. So I need to go back here again. Sorry, I know I'm messing around a lot here, but I like it to be right. So let's try that. Okay, that still didn't do it. That was wrong. So it's many to many. Now this should be one to many. It's okay, I don't know why the color's not right. I'll have to fix that later when I look at it. But you see when I hover over it. So this one is state and filings. This one, maybe I need to change the order of the layers. So now that's made everything. So what I could do is I could just make this two colors. So let's make this, actually, let's just do, let's just change this. This is greater than 0. And then I can just change the colors. So this would be, oh, Jesus. Where'd it go? Okay. Sorry about this. Okay, something like that. The null doesn't look right. It's not dark enough. That's okay. And then we want to border. We want to be, was it that color? Yeah, there we go. Yep. All right. Anyway, so now we've got the correct shape on the map. So state, we got collect. Okay, so that all looks good. What if I also put, let's see, name onto detail. Okay, there we go. That's better. All right. Anyway, so now I think our dots look a bit weird now, don't they? So this one, I need to have name on the view as well. No. This one is it name. See, things look messed up now with my cities don't look right. Annoying. Okay, this should be back to the way I had it before. All right, that was just a giant undo. The error's in the table, not in the really. Okay, thanks, Joe. Okay, anyway, so back to where we were. So I think I'm going to look at the last 12 months. So if I just bring the date field into the filters, I can do relative date. And I could say last 12 months. And oh no, I want to. That's the so 718. So that's not right, is it? But I need to exclude edit data source filters. Add. Where's my date field? So I want to exclude September 2023. There we go. So 7/14. So I think their data might not go out as far. So August. So why is the data so different? So I can get rid of that now. I can get rid of that. Right. So now it's broken again. Okay, not sure what's going on here. So that's okay. What I think I'll do is, what if I just filter down to 2022? So let's do year. Yeah, let's do year. And then we could do, I could maybe apply this to everything. So apply it all using this data source. Okay, yeah, can't do that. So that's fine, that's fine. And then here, we want to get rid of that. Okay. Interesting. So this isn't showing me, this is giving me 966,000. And how many do I have here? 1261. So why am I not getting the same number here? Is it because of my state filter? So that's 2 million. Because let's, so it's gone down from, surely Alaska and Hawaii can't have that much of an impact. So if I edit the filters, Guam, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands. So 966,402. And if I get rid of that, and I get rid of that, I'm up to 2 million. So why would there be? It must be where some of the states can't match or something like that. These unknowns. Oh, that's probably what it is. It's these unrecognized. So let's try this. Miami. And then Minneapolis. Did that help at all? That gets us 966. This is turning into quite the data prep exercise. Oh no, wrong place. So there's something going on with the states. Okay, I'm just going to try this and see what happens. Bring back my old Tableau or Excel skills here. Yeah, so everything has a state. So why is it then saying that there's some states that don't match? Huh. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. If I go back into Tableau, and I go here, and I bring in my state field. Let's look at the data. So where is the underlying data? There must just be something blank. Okay, let me just try this. Number of records, let's see. So there's 28,000. Let's say they have no state. All right, so let's look at the data. Monthly evictions. So Miami, Florida. So it must be Miami and Minneapolis. Okay. Right. Okay. Oh. All right. And then the other one was what? Minneapolis, I believe. Okay. So close. Yeah, see, Minnesota's there. Oh, I think there was a different Minneapolis that wasn't there. Oh, you know what it is? I think that Tableau, when it did the split, it split it on the hyphen. Okay, so let me just save that now. And then I should be able to now refresh this. Let's refresh. Okay. So now we should be good. Okay, yep, that looks better. So we have 1.1261, and here we go 1.1265. Okay, so it must be, what's the difference here? 1.1261, and then here I get 1.265. Oh, this one's not filtering out. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so now all my numbers match. Excellent. Okay, so this one, we've got slightly less here, but I think it's probably because of, so Commonwealth of, I don't know what that is. Okay, so that's somewhere here in the ocean. Okay, So then I wonder if I can apply to all using this data source. 966. Now I've lost again. Okay, whatever. So now this gets above and below the average for the month. Okay, that's good. And then this, so we have 1261. So let's go back. Go back up here. 109. Okay, so this should be our, we want to look at the last 12 months, which I think is what I filtered here, right? No. So let's bring our date field in. Actually, let me go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 784,000. And here it was, or in theirs, it was 1 million. Okay, I think I'm just going to say with since 2022. Let's just do that. Okay, so let's just do something like that. I can fix this later. No, let's see. And then this is the last month. Okay, so let's say evictions latest month. And we want to first, we want to say if the month field, no, the date field is equal to fixed, no, we would just want to do max date part, or no, date trunk. We need to do that. I could just say max of the date field. And then we want to bring back the filings. Okay, so what's this going to do now? So that broke. So we should get 59,838. I'm getting nothing. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let me just try. So date trunk. Date part is month of the date field. Still nothing. What the heck? Edit data source filters did not. Ah, right. That's because I need to. No, not state. I want to get rid of the date field. But I think this is what broke the view before. If I go to my map now, yeah, so that's what broke my map. Okay, so let's go back here. And we're rid of it there. Okay, so let's, so this should be sheet 8. No, sheet 7. So it should be sheet 7 as well. And then I need to go here, and then I need to add it to context. Okay, there we go. 599. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so we got that, and we have our map, and then we have our bar chart. Okay, great. So let's now do a bit of formatting here. So let's left align this. We want to say something like landlords have filed for that many evictions since from Jan to August 2023. And then let's see. So this data is not, I'm going to, let's see, is that right? Yeah, because I'm just kind of manually typing these numbers in, right? So that's okay. So let's change the worksheet background format, shading. And I want to make it that darker color. And then my font, for now, I'm going to make it all white so I can see it. And let's make it all, let's see what font they use. So inspect that there. So what font do they use? Oh, GT, East T, never heard of that one. Okay. GT, I probably don't have that one. All right, so I'm just going to pick a workbook font. Let's make it something like, what's a good font? Let's pick, how about RT Railway? No, let's do Poppins. Now, these fonts are not going to show up on Tableau Public, but I'm okay with that. All right, so let's make this all white for now first. Okay, so that looks good. We want to make this maybe like 14. Make this 14. Make this 14. And then this one, we want to make the orangey color. And let's make it like 36. Yep, we could probably make it bigger than that. 48. Let's make it 48 and orange and maybe bold. Okay, something like that. I think that looks okay. This is going to be my headline. This is my time series. And then this is my map. Okay, any comments, by the way? He needs to interchange the numbers. Not sure what that means. Make the month filters, context, yep, did that. Why did I mention only 10 states? Because there are only 10 states in the data set. Okay. Okay, and then if you click on a city, so this is a neat little view here too. So what we could do then is we could build one more thing. So let's look at our, this field should be okay. And then I want to put my filter on here again. So let's put our date filter on here. And then I want to filter out. Okay, and then I want to put filings on here. Oh no, I want to put filings there. And then I'm going to look at the monthly level here. All right, let's do this. Make a nice little spark line. So let's edit the axis and make them independent. We don't need to get rid of the title. Let's make this an area chart. And then let's duplicate this one and make this one a line. And then dual axis and synchronize. And let's make sure the line's in the front, so that's good. Okay, and then we could maybe use their faded out colors. Yeah, so let's look at, so we could use the orangey color. Oops. And then let's like fade that out. And then let's go to the year and use the orange color. And let's maybe make the lines a bit thinner. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so now we can hide the headers. And we have each of the cities. So let's uncheck show header. Now we have our little trend lines for each one. And then, yeah, so let's make this a bit wider. let's see, did that Minneapolis, St. Paul? Okay, so that's wrapping okay. Okay, so they all look like they're wrapping okay now. And then let's format this and get rid of the grid lines and the zero lines. And then let's also get rid of the row dividers and the column dividers. And what I could do then is I could put the total filings for each city for each month. Okay, so let's say total filings per city. Actually, I'll show you a shortcut way to do this. I'm just going to drag the city field on top of, oh no, I need to hold control. Nope, maybe it's, oops, undo. Undo. So is it my shift key down? No. No. I forget which function. I forget which key it is. Oh, I'm doing it backwards. That's why. I forget which key it is now. This is annoying. Oh, there we go. So if I look at this now, this is giving me that's called a quick LOD when you do it quickly. So let's call this filings by city. Right, and then if I make that discrete, and then I put that here, I could get my total. So let's format that and make that maybe, let's make that right aligned. And we can make it maybe a bigger font. Let's say maybe 14. Yeah, something like that. And then let's make the format workbook font. Let's make them all black. Okay. Something like that. So now we get the total next to the city name. That's the file. Oh, this should be, yeah, that's fine. Probably should put my headers back on. How do I get those back on? Table layout, show field labels. There we go. So let's rename this filings count. That doesn't help either, does it? Because it makes it. And then this one, let's. I just want to have them both in all caps up at the top. So that's why I did that. Okay, so city, month, filings. Okay, so this can come out of the tooltip. Okay, so there you go. So that looks good. Where's our other ones we're using? So this is our headline. So we want to color that red so we know to use it. Oh, so my fonts got messed up again. So this should be, let's make it all white first. And then this one should be orange. And this one should be orange. So these got reset because I changed the workbook font. All right. What else could we do? So that's the filing rate. Okay, don't need that. All right, so I've got kind of this view here. So now how can I throw this together into a dashboard? So let me just move everything over. Okay, so let me just think of how this could look as a dashboard. So we have, if I go back to theirs, we have something like this, right? So we could have our numbers here. So let me just put, these are my big numbers. Big numbers. Okay, it says bug, but that's okay. And let's make that here. And then we're going to have our map. So let's just draw a map. My maps of the US are not very good, but you get the idea. And then, so that's going to be kind of this section across the top. And then this is going to be, yeah. So then we're going to have, so what else do we have? We've got our bar chart which let's see. So that's just going to be this, right? That's just going to be something like that. And then we have our little scrolly thingy. But I'm wondering if because then we have our table. Do I have a table example here? Probably not. I'll just use this to act like a table. So this would be our table going down here. So let's just kind of see what this looks like as just 4 objects in a dashboard. Okay, so new dashboard. I'll leave it this size for now. I'm going to delete the phone layout. And let's float in our vertical container, 00, 1,800, and give myself some inner padding. Let's say 20. And then I want to format my dashboard so that my default shading is the dark color. Okay. So now I want to, I'm just going to drop a blank in there for now. And I want to have a horizontal container in here that is going to house, well, no, it's going to have my map. And then it's going to have my my headline. Okay, so we can hide the title. Oh, I didn't choose the right background color. Format, dashboard, format. Yeah, there we go. And then this sheet, format. So I could just set this to none. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that kind of is those. Okay, so, and then down the bottom, what I was going to have was another horizontal container, and this one would have the time series, and then it would have this here. But that does not look good. So I wonder if I could, let's see, how could I do this? I wonder if I should have this at the state level. Yeah, so let me try that. So let me change this. Moving around too much. These my spark lines. So what if I just make this the state level instead? Okay. And then Florida has 2 numbers. So this should be by state. Okay, there we go. But then Massachusetts has 2. Because we've got a null in there somehow. We've got some nulls. Interesting. Why would that not aggregate properly? So that didn't work. Oh, okay, let's try this. Nope. Well, why am I getting multiple values there? So there's 2 months here. So there must be dates in here that don't have data. Ah, okay, yes. So this ends in June. So July and August are missing data. Okay, so how do we handle that? Good question. I could probably, let me just try filtering this to be, let me see if I can somehow filter out the nulls. Nope. I don't think this is going to do it. Nope. All right. Hopefully you understand what's happening here. So, well, what's happening is, so like Nevada, for example, the filings stop after July of 2023, but we have more months than that in the data set. So I need to somehow aggregate these even. I need to account for these nulls somehow. So there's missing values. How do I fix that? So this should convert it to 0. Yeah, otherwise it returns, and otherwise it returns 0, right? So that should be, okay. So what I might need to do instead is, I might need this to be a table calculation. So let's do Windows sum of the sum of filings. All right, and then let's, what do I call this one? Filings. All right, and then this should be, we want to compute each state separately. Okay, yeah, so there we go. So that worked. Okay, excellent. And maybe I'll just leave it that font. That's okay. All right, so that did the trick then. I don't need this in the tooltip. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so let's format this, the shading on this one to be no shading. Now let's just do the dark one. And now we need to format this to be white. This one to be white. And then I wonder if I should change the color here to be white. No, that doesn't look very good, does it? All right, let's leave it like that for now. So I need to decide what to do on this dashboard. So these are all fitting here now. So let's make this fit entire view. Oh, that worked well. And let's make those distribute evenly. Distribute evenly. And then we've got this extra blank. Okay, so we can get rid of that. So now the problem, let's make the whole dashboard a bit wider. Okay. So these do not need to be distributed evenly. Yeah, and then we could hide the title for that. Hide the title for this. Let's format this so that we have the, let's set that to none. Format, let's make this white. Okay, oops. Let's make that white. And let me show the title again. So this would be okay. So I'm wondering if this view here on the left, this the states should go all the way down the right-hand side. So to do that, well, let me go back here. So yeah, so I don't want that there. I want that to be like over here. Close that. I want that to be like over here somewhere. So this needs to be here. And then this would be, this is in a container. So let's make that one red. And then these two are inside of a container. So those are green. And then this needs to be, so this container needs to be a left to right container, not a top to bottom container. Okay, so what I need to do then is, I actually think I'm going to start over. No, let's do it this way. So I need a left to right container. So I'm just going to drop that in there. And then if I go to my layout and grab this one, if I hold shift and put it in there, will that do it? And it's already floating, right? Right. To drop floating objects into that. That's what I'm trying to do. Isn't that weird? Okay, so I'm going to have to start over. Okay, so let's make this. Is that right? 1200 by 900? Yeah. Okay, so that's my left to right container. I'm just going to, well, actually, I can put my spark lines in here. And let's make this fit entire view. That's fine. And then I want to put in my horizontal, I want to put a horizontal container. Come on, stupid, here. And then this container is going to start off with my time series. And then across the top, it's going to have a horizontal container that has my map and my headline. Okay. Yeah, something like that. So let's edit the height and make this like, I don't know, 400. Okay, and then what I can do here is I can make this text smaller. This has been a real struggle today. And let's see what that's like. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to get this outside container. I forgot to put my padding in. Okay, and then I have all these colors in the background, so I'm going to grab that container and remove it. And now, let's edit the height a bit more. This needs to be entire view. God, it's so annoying. Oh my God, what is going on here? Okay. There we go. So something like that. And then so I can hide the title there. I should be able to hide the field labels. Actually, no, I should leave the field labels here, but format them. Let's see, we want this to be white. And why don't I go ahead and show the title? So let's say this is monthly filings by state. Something like that. Let's center that. Okay. So then this, I want to put some padding around this on the left because this is jammed right up against this. So let's see. So let's put maybe 10 pixels around this whole thing. And let's put 10 around this whole thing. Right. Okay. I could maybe put, why don't I put like a blank in here? Let's edit the width and make this 10. And then I could color code that. So the background, let's make that lighter blue. And then I could maybe, let's make this like 10 on each side, maybe 20. And then let's edit the width of this again. Let's make it, let's just make it a 1 pixel wide line. Okay. So let me go back to this. Okay, so we can hide the title for that. And then let's, again, edit the height of this. Let's make it 350. And I forgot to format these down here. The formatting just takes forever. Okay, and then at the very bottom, I need to somehow put in a text box at the very bottom. You know what? I'll just put it on here. There it goes. Still 13 people sticking around. Very good. Your yearly total is at the bottom and monthly at the top. You need to swap. My yearly total is at the bottom, monthly is at the top. I don't have any idea what you mean, Prem, by that. Oh, you mean up here. Oh, yeah. Thank you. So let's go in here. Thank you for that. That's the classic thing that Tableau does where it moves things when you don't want them to. Okay. Thank you for correcting me there. Oh, and now I lost the E in evictions. All right. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with this. I wish the map were bigger. Maybe I could make this. What if I make this a bit more narrow? Actually, what I could do is I could shrink the states up. And I could probably shrink the filings up. Let's grab that column and shrink that over. And then this whole sheet could probably be less. Let's make it like 225. Something like that. And then I just need to change the font size to maybe 12. Yeah, something like that. And then maybe I should change this one to 12 as well to match. Okay, so is there a good way for me to make, let's edit the width of this. Let's make this a bit more narrow. Just trying to give my map a bit more room. Okay. Do I need that? I don't think I do. I'll just use it as a spacer. Okay, so last thing I could do is maybe I'll use this as a filter. If I click on a state, okay, it then didn't filter the map. Okay, so let me just get rid of that then. All right, I'm going to call it quits there. Absolute masterclass. So Kevin, well, I guess for all of you that are on here, what was your favorite part of this? So this took me, almost 2 hours now. But what was your favorite part? What did you learn in this session? I'm always curious to see how I've helped you and what you learned. One thing I probably need to do is go in and so while you're leaving me comments about that, yeah. So again, let me know what your favorite thing is you learned. I'm going to go ahead and clean up these tooltips. So that's just the state names. So let's see, tooltip. So I want to put city, comma state, and then let's just put filings. Right, something like that. So that should look better now. And then if I go to my, I want to do the same thing here. And let's go to the second one and put the same thing. And then the monthly evictions. So okay, so that looks okay. That's fine. And then this one, that has nothing. That's okay. So let's actually, I wonder if I could just put state on here instead of state name. Nope, I need to use state name. Okay. And then here, I wonder if I should use state name as well. No. Okay, so I need to use state there. Okay, great. Always like the use of bar coloring when it's above or below the reference line. Great way to easily gain insights. Yeah, I like that too, Aaron. I think the color theme goes really well. So if you look at the dashboard, so orange is kind of like, I guess, bad everywhere would be the easiest way to say it. And I've now lost something here. So dashboard, actions. We have no actions here. So something happened on this sheet. Isn't that wonderful? Apply. So evictions latest month is no longer working. Well, isn't that just wonderful? So something happened when I set was when I did the filter, wasn't it? Here we go. Okay, so I just need to go back in and change these tooltips again. Fortunately, it's in my clipboard. And then same thing here. All right. Never seen map work like this before. Custom map, layering, colors, data prep on the fly, great looking dashboard, format wrangling. Yeah, thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that. Elaine, epic session. Well, that's very good. The thing about reference line equals is great to know. Yeah, that's one of my favorite tricks, Elaine. It's maybe I should create a video for that. So what Elaine is talking about here is this calculation where I look at the difference to the average. So this, where'd it go? Nope, that's not the right thing. The color coding. What field is that? Above average filings. So this here, being able to convert any reference line into a calculation. Good to know. Okay, so all I need to do now is just kind of wrap this up. I need to create let me rename this as evictions. And then I will extract the data. And hopefully put it in the right spot. Okay, I'll just call it the same thing. And then here, let's, okay. Nobody else learned anything today. Interesting. This is 2023. I forget which week it is now. What week are we in for Makeover Monday? We're in week 38. So I've created this as a static visualization. And then I'm going to export it. So let's dashboard, export image, save that, and then publish it up to Tableau Public. Oh, wait, I need to save it first. Always the first thing you should do. I should have done that a long time ago. So 38, eviction filings in America. Let's just leave it like that. That's fine. And then let's publish this to Tableau Public. A request to make a video on data blending. I'm facing so many issues with doing blending. If you're still doing blending prem, then you probably should look at the data model instead, because that would be a much easier way for you to do the data prep. Blending is actually hardly ever used anymore. I think I put the right password in. Okay, save. Yeah, so Prem, I would do that. You won't see me making a video about data blending. Sorry to disappoint you. But anyway, thank you for joining in. Sorry it went so long. I probably should get some dinner. It's now 7:18 p.m. here, but thanks for joining. I hope everybody learned something. It was a fun exercise for me. I got lost a lot, but I'm pretty happy with what I came up in the end. Thanks for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and click on the little bell so that you get notifications. And last thing, make sure you go to andykriebel.com and sign up for my newsletter. I give tips in advance every week that aren't available yet to anybody except for newsletter subscribers, plus some career advice and lots more. So again, go to andykriebel.com and pop your name in there, your email in there for the newsletter. And otherwise, have a nice night. Bye.